Yeah, baby. We're starting the podcast right now. We're back. You know what, dude? Live. Welcome, everybody, to the show. YKWD. I started social media and podcasting. The fact. The YKWD podcast. YKWD's back again. Old school, back in the day, where it all started. Before them all. YKWD. This podcast is so fun and crazy. It has no rules. Shut up. You're ruining this.
Where's the bandana, man?
Sorry, it's a comedy podcast. This isn't NPR.
That's what this podcast does.
Is there any better show? This is the original. And we're live. What's up, everybody? Very fucking great show tonight. We're above the Comedy Cellar Studios at the Comedy Cellar, above the Comedy Cellar at the studios, the Comedy Cellar Studios. You know what I'm going to say. Back in the YKWD studios, and I am excited because we have a great show tonight. Two fan favorites of mine. Anyways, Danny, who do we got?
We have the great Jim Norton and Yoshi Obayashi.
Wow, he said it right.
He did say it right.
He did.
That's
why he has him. He's got pizzazz, that kid.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of pizzazz. Jim Norton of Jim Norton Can't Save You podcast.
Thank you, Bob.
Which I have not been on.
You will be. I asked you once and you couldn't do it.
Oh, okay. I hate when I bust your balls and you go, I was going to do it. And you,
Oh, you know what? There you go.
That's the Jew bell.
Yeah.
Only when you want to say Jew stuff.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Were you trying to get on AM with Anthony? Excuse me. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you? You still haven't changed. You're still a fucking little fucking dirtball from Jersey. You know
I
that?
didn't know if it tipped over or not.
Why wouldn't it tipped over?
I don't know.
What do you think? It's glued to the
Why
table?
do I have to look at the back of it? Yoshi gets the front of it.
Oh, because Yoshi's Asian.
Hi, Yoshi.
And we respect him from another place.
All right.
Anyways, dude, I'm excited. I don't hang out with you as much as I used to, and I miss you.
Well,
I miss being around your fucking humor.
Thank you. Me
And
too.
Yoshi, I miss
Yes,
you
sir.
too, buddy. I don't know why, but I really did take an affinity to you. Yoshi's got that personality.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody likes Yoshi.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It is.
Not everybody.
Yeah. I mean, aside from the business, but I mean, everybody.
I mean the business.
That is true.
Yeah, there's just something about you. You have see, here's the thing with you. I like you. Of course I like you. But I also, when you do snap, I want you to be like, I like Bobby.
I don't snap.
I don't want to hurt him. I will hurt everybody else.
So you're saying if Yoshi walks in with an AR-15, you want to be the one that he spares?
Yeah.
Like when Dylan and Eric were shooting up Columbine, there was a guy who had been nice to them. And he's like, are you going to kill me?
His last name is Brown.
Is his last name Brown?
I met his parents.
The one who lived.
Yeah, I went to the 20th anniversary in Columbine, and
How'd you get invited to that? They must have lost my invitation in the mail.
they had an anniversary, and the survivors, the principal, the former principal,
Yeah.
and the police chief at the time, and the radios, they had an event 3 days before the anniversary, and afterward they had a Q&A, and there were a couple were sitting in front of me, and I don't know what they were saying. After a while, eventually the dad said to the former police chief, "You motherfucker," because that's the Brown kid. They call him the third Columbine shooter.
Why?
Because Eric told him to go home that day. They were having problems, but they got along that year, so he told them to go home. And when people heard that, they thought he was part of the whole assault.
Yeah.
And to this day, still blame the guy. And weirdly, he works for James Cameron video game company portion of it, and he works in the shoot 'em up game department.
No way.
No, this is true story.
Yeah.
What?
By the way, did they ask what your attachment was at the big anniversary shindig?
Yeah.
Like they're all grieving and crying into their cake, and you're just there talking about.
Hey, what's that crazy flat face dude doing here?
I used to work for Evil Angel.
Why is Mr. Miyagi here?
They had memorial on
We should
the
make that
anniversary.
the racist joke, but I just made two hot ones. And when you don't get laughs on racist jokes, it's just you being racist.
No, here's the edit button. Dan, take care of that. Go ahead, Yosh.
Yeah.
No, I go to any tragic anniversary, so that was one of them. I wanted to go, and
But this is the thing, Yosh.
yeah,
That's the thing. It's like you really have a thing for tragic stuff you're really interested in this stuff.
Yeah, I want to know what happened and what led to that.
And when you what does it do for you when you go? Like, do you learn anything, or do
Are
you
you
meet the
learning
people?
stuff? Are you doing research?
I do a lot of research, and I go there, and I'm friend with Joshua Nichols.
Who's that?
He's Terry Nichols' son, who was one of the
one of the bombers. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's alive, right? Or he died?
He's I think he's in prison right now. I think he's about to get released, but
Terry Nichols is getting out?
no, his son Josh.
Why was he in jail?
Well, imagine 2 days after Oklahoma City bombing, right, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
They took him out of the school, and he was no longer allowed to go back to school. So ever since then, every time he does something, they always say the son of Oklahoma City bombing. So he's fucked for life, So he had so little option in life, so he went into crime. If it wasn't for that, I don't think he would have done that. So he's in jail. I don't remember exactly, some kind of dispute, and he used kidnapping and violence, because he never learned to be normal. I mean, imagine your dad is like one of the two guys,
Yeah.
So
He was in prison for armed robbery and kidnapping.
there you go.
Jesus.
So I saw him 2 years ago, and then
Do you think it's in the blood, though? Do you think it's in the DNA? There's a big thing right now with DNA.
Yeah.
You passing on a lot of stuff through your DNA.
Oh, qualities, traits.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure you probably look like your mom or your father, right?
No, I actually look like a guy that used to be friends with my dad.
That's fucking Christ. But like
I mean, Jim knows a lot too. No, seriously,
Jim knows a lot, but he does because Jim likes to. Jim, you've always been to this stuff, but you go to it.
Yeah.
Jim researches it.
I'll look
and
it
then
up.
jerks off
Yeah.
and
Sure.
then goes to bed.
And I point like the mistakes that they made or what they did. But I just don't. I stopped paying attention to it after a while. I was like, I just kind of got grossed out by all the Ted Bundy documentaries. And I'm like, just bored with all of it. I got bored with it.
Well, Ted Bundy was fucking. I mean, he was normal crazy, right?
my dad, we were visiting the States for the first time because my grandmother was dying in Washington State. On second day, my dad took me to Ted Bundy's childhood home and mother's home. And you know what my family, they're emotionally not healthy and they don't have a good relationship. So if you don't have a good love life, you look for other intimacy, and nothing's more intimate than murdering people, getting killed. So like I think my dad used to take me places like that, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and
That was his hug.
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna pull that someday. When Yoshi snaps, that quote's gonna be pulled. Nothing is more intimate than murder.
Yeah, dude, that's it. Do you understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
I love Yoshi, but I also have to love Yoshi because if it does ever go down, and I look out my front window at 3 a.m. and I just see him on my lawn in underwear, looking up, going, "How's Max?" Do I get my gun or am I cool? Do I help him? I don't know what to do.
But Bobby, shooting people that's a white man's game. But that's not something I would do.
No, you'd get a sword.
well, yeah. You're right about that.
Yeah, I don't. It's interesting to hear about, though. Were you at Ghislaine's trial, too?
Yes.
You did go to hers.
I was one of the 4 for the guilty verdict, and I went for sentencing.
You were a juror?
No. I stand in line like 14 hours, and I got in finally.
Now-
That's how long it is to wait.
Well, I tried for like 3 weeks, and every time I missed by one spot because it was during COVID, so you can only have up to 4 civilians and 4 journalists. But the problem is, 4 journalists will go in. 3 out of the 4 civilians or journalists pretend to be civilians. So like every day I couldn't get in. I finally got in December 29th.
Oh, what a bunch of scumbags. Journalists are such shit.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking garbage people.
So how long when you would go there?
Yeah.
You just stand in line in the dark. It'd be like the night before.
Yeah.
Well, now they're actually because you're in town for the Diddy trial,
Yeah.
and I want to get into that. I want to talk to you about that. But people are getting online and selling their space in line
They're scumbags.
for hundreds of dollars.
Oh yeah. It's almost like waiting for a new iPhone.
And they have these new things, these new chairs that are capsules that they can sleep in. So it goes around them, they zip it up, and they just sleep all night.
Ah.
And then they sell their spot to the highest bidder the next day. You don't like these people.
They're scumbag. Well, they're scumbag this time because I got there midnight Sunday. There's already 50 people ahead of us.
Wow.
It's never been done before. And what happened is these guys will sell their spot 3 times.
What do
So
you mean?
three other people. So I went from 40th spot to like almost 90. So I missed.
Wait, what do you mean they sell it 3 times? Once they sell it, somebody else.
Yeah, but nobody's really like. There's no security monitoring that. So these fucking
They
scumbags.
just move down one.
You're supposed to leave and one person take your place, but he will put 3 people in there. They didn't know that they pay. So Monday morning, by the time I got in, I couldn't get into the primary room, which is the 26th floor. And then this morning when I went, I figured out a little bit of trick and found a loophole.
What's that, a tunnel?
It's not Vietnam.
Just put on a wig and go, I am so mad at Diddy. And I think it's a witness. So you actually got in the courtroom today?
You could get in every day. They're just going to send you to the secondary room, which is usually
A TV.
TV monitor.
But you don't get into the real room
No.
where you get to see Diddy.
Yeah, but
Okay. Yeah.
But I showed up late, and they have a. So what happens when it hits lunch? Everyone have to leave all their courtrooms, right? And then if you want to get back in, you have to stay in lineup again. So I went straight 10:30 and waited like 2 hours in the court. Sure enough, I was one of the 7 lucky enough to get in, and I spent last from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Today. In with Diddy.
And it was the most juicy part of the last 2 days.
Wait, stop. You got in the courtroom with Diddy today.
Yeah, I'm sitting 5 or 6 rows behind, and his family on the left, and then whoever was the family of the victims are on the.
Cassie, yeah.
Yeah.
So you heard her. I know they asked her husband to leave during part of the testimony because they said that they might call him as a witness.
I mean, I don't think you want to be there when you're hearing your wife getting beaten up and all
Jim
that.
doesn't?
After the way she's been acting.
But yeah, I was in for that one.
So that was today.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get in line.
Yeah.
You're in. You know
Yesterday-
you're getting
yesterday
in.
and today. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got both.
Yesterday, yeah. I mean, if you want to go secondary room, you could just show up like 9
I'm
o'clock.
talking about being in the room with Diddy.
Yeah.
That was today.
Today, 1 to 5 p.m.
1 to 5, you got in the room
Yeah.
with Diddy. What do you look like?
He
Hang on
looked-
1 second. Danny, sketch this. Go ahead.
He actually looked like a young, good-looking Bill Cosby with white hair with a sweater. And
Well, he had a colorful Bill Cosby sweater on.
yeah, it was really nice. He looks very nice. And
Gray? Is his hair's gray?
yes.
So he must
that's
be
right.
all gray because you can't get the medicine in jail.
I'm sure he could.
He could. Ghislaine Max. Oh, wait, no. Elizabeth Holmes. I went to that one. And
Who was the? She was the.
Theranos.
That's her, the scammer. Yeah.
See, she's clever. She got pregnant. So what she was trying to do is trying to get sympathy of the juror. So you do whatever to try to manipulate the juror and the judge. So got his hair gray. He's wiser. He learned his lesson. Dressed well. Be polite to everyone. There's a lot of showmanship.
Is that what he looked like right there today?
Yeah.
Blue sweater?
Well, it looked more like a gray to me when I.
Let me ask you.
Uh-huh.
That's a legal question coming.
Oh, okay.
Did you find?
That means it's still the Jew bell.
Did you find the witness to be believable? Yosh, answer.
You mean Cassie? Yes.
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 Answer.
And
Jesus Christ.
Is that annoying?
Yeah, it's just, it's annoying, and that's why you do things.
Not true.
No, it's exactly why you do things.
Pause in the action.
You find things to bug me, and then you do them constantly because it makes you smile. Look at your little smirk.
I'm smiling because I'm seeing Yoshi for the first time in years.
It's not why you're smiling. You're smiling because you're going to hit that bell any second.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. Then how's he going to start talking? Don't do it.
Go ahead, Yosh. What do you got? You found her believable? I didn't hear any of the testimony.
You know what was weird? Maybe this is something that you should ask your wife. But the way she was talking, I think she still loved the guy,
Who?
Cassie. Because I talked to a couple of the ladies after it was adjourned. They agree with me. Like, you don't sense any anger or hate toward him, and she keeps saying during the questioning, like, why did you do it? Why didn't you stop? Like, all I want to do is spend alone time with him over and over and over. And she's pregnant. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
By him?
No.
No.
Her husband, Alex something.
Yeah.
He's like a personal trainer.
Okay, so this is the girl that he beat, right?
Yeah, they showed the video.
This is the girl he beat up, took her in, and she was part of all this stuff that went on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was there any juicy details that of some outrage? Because all I want to know is
this
what
part
happened
Jimmy
at
will
the,
like.
What they shit on everybody?
No, on the first.
I don't like baby oil. If you like
Everybody
the-
had hogs.
baby oil bothers me. It's not sexy.
First
I don't like
night,
it either.
first day, they questioned two guys: security guard who was in charge of the whole incident with that video where she's getting beat up.
Yeah.
Second guy was a black stripper, and he had. I think both of them, Diddy and her, asked, "Would you mind pissing into her mouth?" And he's never done that before. And then after he did it, they got mad at him because you're supposed to tinkle, right? Not whole.
No, when
reservoir
someone
pit.
says piss in my mouth, I mean, it's very hard to regulate.
Hang on a second. Expert witness?
Yeah. Urinating in the mouth. Sometimes a light piddle is the intention,
Yeah.
but then the floodgates open.
Yeah, you don't want me pissing in your mouth. I think I'm pre-diabetic. It's going to take an hour. And it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I did read that he had tinkled in her mouth.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the who? Now, this is where I get confused. Who tinkled in her mouth and who? So P. Diddy asked the other two guys to do it.
The guy and Sean Combs together, I think, at one point. Why am I saying Sean Combs? We all know who I mean.
I forgot the gentleman's name, the black stripper, but he.
Did he recognize you?
No.
Yo, is that old Yosh? Evil Angel, motherfucker.
Any DVDs?
Yo, man, you gave me a whole box of dildos one night. That's how I hooked up with P. Diddy.
Wow, we sound like Patrice.
I was telling you, this is Patrice.
Oh, Bob.
What? It's too fucking.
Yeah. It's enough time to spend.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
fucking-
I think 2011, 2012, this black guy was working at some strip club. He was one of the manager, and they were looking for a black guy to show up for some party for women's bachelorette party or something like that.
Right.
And they couldn't find a guy, so the owner of the company asked him, would you mind go Gramercy? Is that a part of New York City?
It's a hotel.
Yeah.
It is it's a place and it's a hotel.
Yeah.
So he showed up and thinking it would be all women, and then it's only Cassie. And then eventually she told him it's her birthday, and her boyfriend wanted to treat her.
P. Diddy.
On and on. And then eventually he realized Diddy was in the corner when they start having sex, like jacking out
watching.
to. Yeah.
Jack-
Did they have a
Enough.
mask on at first and the guy recognized his voice? Like the first time he was wearing like some kind of a
Bandana.
Yeah,
dark
yeah,
sunglasses
yeah.
Hat. And then
That's a 1950s disguise,
That-
by the way. The sunglasses and the hat. That's a very old school disguise.
so one other lawyer asked,
It's not as old as just a nose with a mustache and glasses. Just eyes that come out like slinkies. It's not me, motherfucker. So
the attorney asked him, "What do you do for a living?" No. The stripper asked him, "What do you do for a living?" He said, "I'm in import exporting," which is
Yeah.
kind of true because sex trafficking, right? Then
That's-
eventually he realized it's Diddy.
So he finds out it's Diddy.
Yeah.
Goes in, watches him fuck his wife. Is Diddy getting into this stuff? Is he
Jerking off, yeah.
into the guy? Has any gay stuff come up with Diddy yet? Because that's the thing. They're saying Diddy likes dudes, but this seems to me.
This is like
The trial in Bobby's mind is Diddy gay? Courtroom has to decide.
this is just basically cuck stuff. He likes
Yeah,
cuck
this is-
stuff.
What I'm.
He's a cuck.
The problem is I'm not getting sexually aroused at any of
Yeah.
this stuff. No, I'm saying that they came up like, okay, how watching a guy fuck your chick. I mean, gee, they have swinger stuff. They have
Sure.
They have all kinds of stuff. It's not that bad to pay a guy
Yeah.
to bang your chick if that's it. A lot of my friends are into that. You know, have been into that. Because Patrice was into it, for God's sakes. He went to swinger parties.
Is that real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he tried to get me and Dawn to hook up with him. Dawn was like, I don't fuck black
I didn't
people.
know
I'm from Boston. I don't fuck blacker than Italians. Again, if you don't laugh, it's just racist. But the thing is, cut that. Listen,
They have
No, that's the bell of good for you, Dawn.
leave that. Now my joke's funny again.
They haven't mentioned it yesterday and today, but they did mention they brought another black guy, skinny guy, and they were having sex with Cassie, and do you ever do when you're sitting? Well, I know you guys don't do that, but Subway, I'm sitting like you're looking straight, not looking at any particular person.
Yes.
You're thinking, well, this skinny guy was fucking her, looking Diddy's direction, and Diddy goes, "Motherfucker, what you looking at? You fuck, I'll kill you." And he was getting angry.
Because he was looking at him.
Yeah, and they both got scared because they know who he is, in the bodyguards and whatnot. So they really apologize. I'm not,
How do you fuck under those conditions? How do you keep a hard on with a rap mogul threatening to kill you?
Just hum a Biggie song. Yeah, come on, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But you're right. The original black stripper, he only lasted 1 minute with her first time because he was nervous the whole time.
We came quick.
he
yeah.
came or he lost his heart on.
I couldn't keep it, and only when he left for a second. And so one time, Diddy wasn't there, and eventually he kind of sneaked into the room and started watching. He was doing a lot of that stuff.
But so far, it seems to me,
Yeah.
the one, okay, he hit the woman, terrible.
Yeah.
Right? Terrible. You attacked, you got in a fight with your chick, and you wind up, I mean, what he did was nuts. And he liked to watch his girl get fucking banged.
Yes. A lot of
And he
baby
paid-
oil stuff.
I don't like the baby oil. It's gritty. I hate baby oil. I don't like it to jerk
You
off.
look like you should be applying baby oil all the time. you have the body of baby oil.
I got it.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Sometimes you don't.
Thank you.
Jim, what's your opinion on him? Do you think he's a sadistic sexual?
I honestly don't know because I knew nothing about. I mean, I know he is, but like all these rumors about him, I know so little about him. It's right now all I'm hearing is that he's
Yeah.
a cuck. And this strikes me as total cuck shit.
Yeah.
But the
Which is
beating up,
not-
he was abusive. I'm sure he was abusive, but I don't know about the trafficking. I'll have to hear more. But everything they've said so far,
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's bi, and he's definitely a cuck.
Now, listen, is there anything that was like, oh, shit, today or yesterday that you were like, fuck, he's going to jail? Like, he's done?
I wouldn't say that.
No.
Even with all this stuff, it's not a guarantee you're going to get a conviction. Because
Right.
You only need 1% saying no, not guilty.
But is there anything you were like, fuck? Because we're waiting on the Diddy party with the stuff that went, like, oh my God, there were fucking orgies and guys were getting fucked and there was kids. They were saying there's kids there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, this is going to be the worst thing ever. This is like worse than, what's his name? The fucking island.
Epstein.
Epstein. This is, and I've heard nothing. I mean, yes, it's bad, but it's just regular sex shit that some of my friends have been into.
It's not like disturbing. It's like a philosophical question that we're having prior to bring the jurors in. This is the part that's confusing to me. So they have all sorts of nude, sex, audio, pictures of.
Did you see it?
Well,
Did they show it to the jury and not the audience? Like,
they have it, but judge and a couple of lawyers saying they don't want to do it because they don't want to re-trigger the victims. But if you don't show it and you don't get conviction, you're punishing those people, aren't you?
Right.
Not?
Yeah.
It makes no sense because I went to Mazan rape case in France in December. So Giselle Petitcot, her husband was drugging her for 11 years.
oh God, yeah.
Couple times a month, he'll bring 10 to 15, 20 guys rape her and film it. And I've been for years. I went to the verdict.
Where would that
day.
film be?
What?
I'm saying they destroyed that, right? Hopefully.
They have it.
They have it still.
have it.
It's available.
He said you can't smoke and you can't wear heavy cologne because she was like drugged.
Right.
So this
Wow.
guy was.
See, Jimmy is genius. Yes.
I read that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read that.
He's a genius because he knows what a fucking rapist requested.
Well, I read it. It was on the Daily Mail. I followed that case.
It's not a genius.
No, but
I'm a
Bobby, a
genius
lot of
again.
people call
I'm gonna
themselves
fucking
pervert. A lot of people call themselves pervert.
I'm gonna cuck him in front of you.
But Jim, a civilian, never worked in porn. Genius IQ perversity. Like
Thank you.
all my pornographer directors or the old school guys, Jim is like Hall of Fame pervert.
Thank you.
So you're saying a genius?
No, but
As a pervert, you're saying a genius.
you know exactly how these guys think without not doing those things.
Well, that I read.
Guilty.
He was he would do and he said like he would put ads up and they said the guys I don't know if they all knew or most of them, like some of them might have thought it was part of like her role play too.
Yes.
But I think most of them knew what they were doing. And
Yes.
they said that was one of his requests was no cologne and no cigarette smoke. And his daughter,
Because that would wake her up.
I guess, I don't know. Or maybe it would stay in the bed.
Did you say
Yeah.
his daughter?
He has a daughter he took pictures of, but they
So
don't.
allegedly.
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 Yeah. Well, I'm not worried he's going to sue me. He's in jail and he doesn't speak English. He's going to fucking. He's going to.
It made everybody park maybe quarter of miles away. I went to Mazan where that happened. I went to the supermarket where he got caught, and I went to Avion where the court case.
Oh, he was filling up a skirt in a supermarket.
Supermarket. So what happened was I walked around the supermarket thinking where he did it. So maybe dairy product area. And there's escalator area too, but. He filmed 5 women upskirt shots.
Yeah.
4 out of the 5 said, didn't want to prosecute him. The one lady did, which started this whole thing because they went through his cell phone and laptop, video of his wife being unconscious. So they prosecuted him, and he went to police station with his wife thinking it's over. When they got there, they separated the two, and they took her upstairs to the police station, and they showed the video. And when she looked at it, she didn't even realize it was her. It took her a long time to...
How many guys?
I mean, 80...
Did you say 80?
80
Yeah, it was over years.
Yeah, and they only got 50 out of 80. One guy died, and then they can't identify other 30. And the 51st is her husband. And in France, if you're accused of rape, you're not arrested and go to jail. So every day she's walking, she has all the rapists in front of her walking to the court, and all the rapists behind her. I saw that in person, and I also saw the daughter and 2 sons walking in the court every day. And
She got like a standing ovation, like when she would walk out, there people would applaud. They would. They clap for her, like they were like.
oh yes, the feminists.
Yeah, because she had endured such a shit experience that they were like trying to like give her like
Well, these
encouragement.
guys, I'm not saying these guys. Did they know they were?
Some of them make argument like, "Oh, I thought there was a fetish thing."
It was
Yeah,
a role play thing with
That's
them.
a role play thing. I mean, some of them could have just been like, "All right, dude, I'll do it." You're role playing.
But they figured that out. I think they probably went through the old things and they realized most of them knew. I don't know.
So now with P Diddy, let's get back to this. Let's get back to
What's going on with him?
He's in jail.
Oh, right. Okay.
So
I don't.
But we should go back and forth Mazan because that's a really, really interesting.
Yeah. You don't let Bob. You tell Bob
Oh,
what
go
you
on.
want. You don't let him dictate.
buddy,
You talk.
You
about
can go
what
back and forth, but
Okay.
Yeah.
don't
Don't listen to True Crime Detective. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, let's talk about a trial that
True detective.
I want to talk about what's happening right now in the news.
Okay.
Okay.
What's going on right now?
So annoying.
YKDW?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know Dick Willie? You know David Wilson? So listen, because this is crazy that I know somebody that's going in the room where Diddy's at. Does he seem confident? Does he seem nervous?
You probably look at the back of his head, right?
Yeah, but he also like look over shoulder and stare at you.
He will.
Yeah, because I think he's trying to intimidate people or something. But I'm not used to that because every major cases they kind of avoid eye contact, but he just fucking stare.
Did he look at you?
Yeah, and well, everyone really.
Yeah.
He just turned around and stared right
Yeah,
at you.
stare at you.
What did you feel?
I
You
mean,
scared?
No. I
Why would you
gotta
be?
be careful when I say this, but I think. Do you remember that Nickelodeon documentary?
About Dan something? Yeah.
And about 20 years ago, Joey Silvera, one of the great directors, showed
love
up.
Joey.
Yeah. So I was editing porn. He showed up. Hey, do you watch Nickelodeon? I told him, like, no, it's not a kid's show. Why would I watch? So, and he showed me all the weird clip, like foot fetish with those.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ariana Grande is squeezing potato and say, I want to get some white juice and all the
Yeah.
stuff there. Afterwards, I was so embarrassed. Like, Nickelodeon were more pervert than the people I work for, which is a pornographer, you know? And Joey was like, look at all this amazing. I mean, it is amazing. But
It's crazy that they did this.
they're
Yeah.
more perverted. They had a higher pervert IQ than we did. And they're doing it with kids, you know?
I'm a big Joey Silvera fan,
Yes.
by the way. He's
well,
a good friend.
He's the biggest transgender director, fan of Jimmy.
Never heard of him.
Massive.
He did it before
I've
anyone.
never seen any of his stuff.
I recognize his floor. That black and white checkered floor.
Because your face has been on it.
I watched my first Tonight Show at Joey Silvera's house.
It's so weird.
Oh, that's right.
I went there. Were you there that night? It was.
Where was
No,
your-
he did tell me about it.
Where was your first trans woman?
Oh, Jesus Christ. New Jersey in my car.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So it must have been a rough one.
Yeah, I was dropping her off. It was years, like,
But was it like, was she passable? Was she as,
not even as a person.
Bobby.
Your Honor. What?
I was having conversation with Jimmy, and I asked him, "Do you remember that transgender person hangover?" Too. Before I answered, Jimmy had her stage name, real name, email, and cell phone number.
I knew her real name. Yes, I remember the old days when she was on Tony V's sites. But Joey, yeah, I did the Tonight Show back in 2004. It was like October or November of 2004 or September, and I wound up going to his house, and it was Joey. I don't know. It might have been Michelle at the time who he was dating.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, she passed away. She was a sweetheart.
Of what?
Angela Stone. Her
Yeah,
name.
I don't know actually.
We know.
I don't know.
No, it wasn't that. Please,
I'm kidding.
God.
And wait, who else was there? I don't remember. Oh, you know who else was there? Brandon Iron.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, he
yes.
died too. He killed himself.
Real name?
Brandon Hurdle.
Yeah,
He doesn't know because he wasn't transgender.
Yeah, he was a giant penised man, and he was one of the ones who would like throat fuck. Like that was kind of he was one of the early throat fuckers.
Slap happy.
Yeah, slap happy, right? But he's a very
what?
nice guy. Off
He
camera.
fucked the girls and afterwards slapped the shit out of them.
Is he in trial? Is he on trial?
He
at all?
died.
No, he's dead.
Killed.
Okay.
He was a nice guy
He's
off
not,
camera.
when he's not doing that, he's a very nice guy.
He was a nice man off camera.
Was he mean? So that seems a little.
very, very polite, but
But
when
on
filming,
camera?
Yeah, it was hardcore porn. It was
Yeah.
hardcore dirty porn. But I watched with them. I went downstairs in the basement and watched. 'Cause I couldn't watch with other people. It's too embarrassing to watch yourself on TV with people. I was like, ugh.
My.
I don't like it. To this day, I don't like it.
Go watch a guy throat fuck a chick and slap her in the face.
Yes. I would.
But you can't watch you do a
No,
set.
no.
That's just unbearable.
No, it's unbearable.
So your first trans girl was in Jersey.
Yeah.
Paid for.
No, I think it was. Oh, yeah, maybe it was. That was even before that when I was like 19. Yeah.
Did you ever meet a girl like just a regular trans girl, like young trans, young
Yeah,
into
of
it, where
course.
she wasn't a.
Oh, sex worker? Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the more as time went on, more and more. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Did you ever like them?
Yeah, of course.
You ever have relationships with them?
Casual dating, but never like a long term. But yeah.
Were you ever embarrassed to take them to dinner or anything? You don't care. You
I
never
don't
care.
give a fuck them. No. I just don't. I'm not worried about the opinions of these fucking idiots in a restaurant. I don't
Right.
care.
Have you ever taken somebody and gotten shit?
Never really shit.
But vibes.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck. I just don't care. Like let them look. So what?
Just walk over and they go, hey, what's up?
I don't believe any of them. Like I like even if they don't like trans girls, they like something that they don't want people to know about.
Right.
Yes.
So fuck all of them.
true, yeah.
Yeah, I could care less.
And
Such a fucking true statement.
Yeah, they all have something. Maybe they want a finger in their ass, or maybe they like their wife to talk dirty, or maybe they're cucks. Yeah, all the above.
All the above. Not except the cuck part. I don't
Yeah.
think I could ever. If I ever watched Dawn enjoying herself, it would make me angry.
But when I met Jim, you were so intimidating because, Jimmy, you're so honest. Most Japanese would never express that kind of honest opinion about them because we feel like if we told too much truth, we're dropping our burdens to you. So we don't like doing that. But Jimmy was so honest. You just made me so
So
uncomfortable.
he dropped all his burdens.
Oh,
on
I
you.
did a bag of burdens here. Take this.
That's what they call you in Japan. Bag of burdens. Yeah, just a house with a lot of bags on top.
But you're right, Jimmy. When you tell everyone what you're into, they can't blackmail you or shame you.
No, I don't. I've had one girl try years ago about like dirty fantasy. I'm like, go ahead. I don't give a fuck who you tell. So what?
I
Yeah.
actually got. They were trying to scam me. They got one of my accounts, and they sent me an email. We know we're on your computer. We've watched what you do. We know what you what you masturbate to. We know we're gonna tell everybody. I go.
It's a bullshit email, too.
I wrote back. I'm like, dude, have at it. I go. You don't know. I could give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. You don't care. Go ahead. Tell everybody. Free me.
Yeah.
Free me and free my wife.
Most people don't care. Most people don't care.
Dawn would be like, I knew it.
Remember we met Mike Tyson that weekend? That was the first time I met Tyson.
Yes.
It was at
yeah,
the
you-
Porn Awards.
Hey, man, you a pickle sniffer?
Who's that?
That's Tyson.
So not a good impression.
Hey, man, you a pickle sniffer, Jimmy?
That's not a good
And Jimmy, you remember
How
this?
about when Mikey made out with a trans girl?
That was Vanity.
Vanity, and nobody knew except for myself and Jimmy.
Yeah.
Not only did I knew she was supposed to be my date for the Porn Awards,
Yeah.
but she got arrested for blowing a guy in the bathroom.
That is also true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people don't know this. Vanity was a beautiful trans
Yeah,
porn
yes.
star.
One of the
Spanish,
icons.
Mexican, I believe,
Mexican.
right?
Yeah.
And
Wow, how did you know that?
I'm a genius too.
Yeah.
Listen, ding ding, queer alert. I
Yeah.
So
She's very pretty.
They're walking through the convention hall.
Yeah.
Tyson sees her, stops, kind of turns around like, "Oh shit, who are you?" And then she walked by. They start making out. He has no idea that
Yeah,
he just made out
I
with a
told him to
chick.
come to the Evil Angel booth, and he
And he did, and we were
yeah.
chatting, and he was very nice.
Did he ever find out?
Oh God, are you kidding? No. No.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd care. At this point, he wouldn't care. Like, what does he care? He's fucking, it was just a kiss. It wasn't like he had sex with her.
No.
She was fun though. She was very charismatic as a person.
Yeah.
like she really was. Like she was just kind of working the convention hall was mobbed with people.
Yes.
and she was just free and talking to people. Everybody loved her. Like
Yeah.
you can't. She's.
Wait, is she still around?
Yes.
I'm still friends with her.
There she is, right there.
Yeah, we haven't hooked up, and we hooked up once only.
How was it?
Great, but I'm sure she didn't enjoy it as much as I did. But it was still many years ago.
It's so funny. There's a penis on this beautiful woman, and it's bigger than mine.
By the way, that's a conversation Bob has had with himself many times while he's talking. It's so weird that there's a penis on this woman.
Now, who is the new? Do you know the new hot? Like,
I think it's all splintered now because it's of like it's all campsites and like OnlyFans. It's not like there's not like central places to go anymore.
well,
So
back in the day, you wanted.
Jesus Christ.
am I right or wrong?
No, you're always right. I'm
He's
just
a
shocked.
genius. He's a genius.
No, but I'm thinking.
We've established this.
But I think that's what the difference is.
Well, I remember back in the day, you used to go through the Village Voice,
Oh yeah, all of them.
and that's where. And then you went to what was the site you told me about? Euros.
Yes,
something like
I
that.
think it was Euros.
But then they had Craigslist. They had all these sites. that you-
Backpage all shut down.
and it's all gone now. So like, where are these guys going now to find girls?
I don't know. Those sites being shut down, like for me, were kind of a blessing because even when I wasn't like meeting anybody, I would still look for a long time.
Right.
And then once they went away, it's like,
Must-
it just
it
took
must-
a lot of the time of spending on that
Must
away.
be safer for girls now, especially girls in the sex industry because of OnlyFans and
Sure.
they don't have to actually meet a guy and fuck around. They can just do a video.
Yeah, make your own money. Yeah.
make your own money. So
And I think those ads are actually positive because those girls talk to each other. Like, hey, what was your experience with this customer? It's really important to have that. So they made it more dangerous, I think, in the long run.
Oh, by taking the sites down?
Yes.
Well, those
believe
sites, they weren't doing enough to stop child trafficking. Like that was the problem. Like they weren't doing enough, and so they forced the FBI to come in and do something.
right.
But yeah, that's what screwed them.
They used to have clubs all over New York.
What sex clubs?
Transsexual clubs.
And sex clubs all that went away.
Yeah, all that stuff went away. I remember they had the Edelweiss, but they also had I remember I was coming down from one of my fats, and I was really working hard for months. I would do spots and then go to the New York Fitness right over here and work out for 2 hours. And then I would walk up the street and jump in a cab and go home up in Hell's Kitchen where we lived. And I'm coming out one night. It's like, I don't know, 2 months into working out, I'm feeling pretty good. And I'm coming out and I'm walking up and there's a trans girl in front of the club smoking a cigarette. And I see her and I'm like, I have sleeveless shirt, feeling good. And I'm walking up and I'm like, she's looking at me. She sees me, kind of starts doing a head bobbing. And then I'm like, here it comes. Here comes my compliment. And as I'm walking by, she goes, "Oh my God, Daddy, you fat as fuck." And I just went like this. I'm trying. And I remember I went home and I woke Dawn up. I was so hurt. I was like, "Dawn." She's like, "What?" I'm like, "This transsexual called me fat." She goes, "What?" I don't know. It hurt. I've been working real hard, and this girl called me fat. Am I still fat? She goes, "It's a guy." Go to bed.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't sue her for slander.
Was it Puerto Rican or white or
Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Spanish.
That's kind of a rude comment, though.
It was mean, dude. It hit me like a ton of bricks. Yo, Papi, you fat. I was expecting, oh my God, Papi, you look good.
Yeah.
Look at you, no sleeves. Why don't you come inside? Let me suck that. She was like, Papi, oh my God, you fat. And I was like, I'm trying. I couldn't even smile. It hurt so bad. Yeah.
So happy that happened.
Yeah. I know. So is Danny. Danny.
Jimmy, are you surprised all the change with transgender stuff compared to 20? I'm still kind of can't believe.
Yeah, it's kind of gone crazy, but it's
gone other side.
other
Almost.
side. Yeah, yeah. It's like with everybody talking to each other constantly on Twitter. It's like anything that had a potential for growth just exploded.
Yeah.
I think
Nobody cares.
no.
Nobody gives
Well, people are mad about it now because of the sports, and I
Well,
think
that-
that's pushed a lot of people against trans people.
But I think trans people probably agree with it.
Most do.
Most
Yeah,
trans
a lot
pe-
do.
Most trans people probably agree. Well, the ones I've talked to,
Yeah.
are like, yeah, it's stupid. But if we say anything, we'll be attacked.
Yeah.
So they'll be attacked by that small group of trans that are far left. Will give them shit, and they can't really afford.
Yeah, anybody, I just find them, everyone's annoying to me. The far right, the far,
Yeah.
it's so annoying. And I'm not trying to be militant. I just don't give a fuck about any of them. Like, I don't care about people who are angry online. I just don't care.
Do you
Jimmy,
have? Oh,
Jimmy,
sorry.
there was a kid, and the father was like the bugging the father, and he gave him a puzzle of the world. He goes, "Put that together, and we'll go get ice cream after." And then half hour later, the kid came out. He's like, "I'm done, Dad." And the father was like, "No way, you're not done. It's a huge puzzle of the world." And so I was like, "I'm done." He went in, and the whole puzzle's together. The whole puzzle of the world. He's like, "Oh my God, son, how did you do this so fast? Did you have help?" He goes, "No." He goes, "Son, how did you do this so fast?" He goes, "Well, on the other side of the world."
What were you going to say, Yoshi?
So mean. Oh my gosh.
Fucking Aesop's Fables. This story sucks.
I couldn't believe you let me tell it. I was like, "He's listening."
I was waiting until the end.
I hate my friends. I miss you so much.
What happened? I have to know what happened.
I'm gonna do it, but I know what's happening. He said, "Son, how did you put this together? It was so fast. This can't be possible." And he said, "Dad, on the other side of the puzzle, the map of the world, there was a man, and once I put the man together, the world came together."
So why wouldn't the father know it was a double-sided puzzle? Just bought his kid a puzzle without looking at it. Here, do this puzzle. Ugh.
Shit me.
What were you saying, Yosh?
No. It's comedy nicer now. I don't like that.
Look up. I just went downstairs to the table, and they're just talking about making it and talking about business and talking about. I showed up, and I feel like sometimes I'm just I'm like a fucking wart, because they're like, "Oh fuck, we're gonna get fucked with" or something. It's like, I don't know. I said a couple things to Keith, and they were like, "Why would you say that?" It's like, because I'm trying to have fun. That's why. Stop being serious. So it's yes.
It was so much funny when you guys were meaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the younger but
We're so sensitive.
when people get famous.
Yeah.
When people get famous, they stop. They don't want to be involved with that.
Because they have too much to lose.
They have too much to lose.
I just had Voss and Colin on my podcast a couple weeks ago.
Speaking of nothing to lose,
The three of us together, what are we going to lose? One gig and one Elks Lodge? Fucking, but it was me. It was mean. It was really funny and it was really mean. And
I don't know why me, you, him, Voss, Keith didn't do it. Tough Crowd podcast.
Colin doesn't want to.
I know, but we would be.
He
fucking,
doesn't? No.
Do you
Why?
understand? We would be gazillionaires.
I mean, he just doesn't like podcasts.
We'd be gazillion.
Oh.
You should suggest it to him.
I did.
Oh.
He hung up on me.
Yeah, he hates it. Yeah, Rogan tried to get him to do it. He's like,
No, I mean,
It's too nice. I don't like it.
yeah.
it's not. It's just that people are very successful, and to be successful, you can't be mean because
You have to pander.
anything you say can't
Uh-huh.
be used against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that there's a lot more comics, and our generation of viciousness is just, done. Like, people don't want to deal with it. People want to. I can't have an ego around this fucking maniac. Neither can he. We would smash each other down all the time because we're always trying to be funny.
Yeah.
But we also love each other a lot. So there's that element
Like.
to it.
like.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
Can I say that if Patrice was alive, you think he would have changed or he would have been same?
yeah, it'd be changed. He'd have no legs.
That is
My
true.
God.
He'd be doing.
Jesus Christ,
He'd be
Bobby.
doing the Mabel King story on Broadway.
him and Keith would be the most taxing comics ever to book. We need an elevator and a pole.
Because I always thought Chappelle was lucky that Patrice died. To me,
Yeah, they were different though. Dave would have been Dave without. But, I mean, like they were not mutually exclusive guys. Like I don't think it would have mattered. I think that Dave still would have done what he did.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, Dave did what he did before Patrice.
Yeah.
Dave was famous. You know, Dave is totally different than Patrice. I think Patrice would have been more popular with comedy people.
Yes.
Comics. Yeah, I think Patrice was a comics comic, where people fuck with Dave a lot. You know what I mean? I think there's comics that give Dave shit for how he does things.
They just don't like some of his points of view. That's all.
Yeah, it's
Just silly. Who cares?
It's whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, no, I think it's definitely nicer. But comics are. First of all, there's a lot more women comics than there was. We had
Yeah.
3 women comics that were around back in the day. Maybe Rachel, Marina, Amy, Judy Gold. There wasn't as many as there are now, and I think that adds a bunch of sensitivity to it. The women comics aren't coming in fucking with each other. I mean, Amy, Rachel, Marina, they're mean people. They were mean.
Yeah.
Wanda, just mean. Because they hang out with guys all the time.
And next year is the 20th anniversary of Lucky Louie, and I used to go and watch him film it, and it was great before filming and during. And God,
That was a fun show.
it really was fun. I was just watching you guys do it, and you guys were so mean to each other.
Yeah.
And outtakes and things like that. But you can't even make something like that these days, I don't think.
Rick Shapiro, Jim Norton, Nick DiPaolo, and Louis C.K.
Nick wasn't on it. No, it was Mike Haggerty who died.
Nick was on.
Oh,
the
he
show.
died?
No, he might have been on an episode, but we're talking about Lucky Louie, not Louis C.K. show. Lucky Louie on HBO.
Yeah, Nick was on Lucky Louie.
No, he was. He was not a cast member. He had an episode. Maybe he did. He auditioned.
Yeah.
He came very close to getting it, but Mike Haggerty, a guy from Chicago,
Yeah.
who was on Carlin's sitcom, he was in everything. He was on Friends. Mike had parts in everything. He's a great comic actor. But it was Mike Haggerty, myself, Laura Keitlinger, Jerry Minor, Louie, Kelly Gould.
Fantastic.
Yeah, really funny. And Rick Shapiro.
And I remember first week,
And Laura Keitlinger.
first week when you arrived, you went to your apartment. It was something fucked up, so I had to come and pick you up.
The Roaches, yes. Yeah.
And then somehow you found another place right away, and I couldn't believe you guys did everything. Like Louis was doing warm up.
Yeah.
He was fixing equipment. He was filming, writing.
Danny, can you? So I don't have to look this up. Can you look it up for me, dude?
Yeah, Zach's looking it up right now.
Thanks, but
It's one of those things where Louis, the thing you're talking about was an apartment on Robertson, and it was roach infested. And so I got my bags out of there and I didn't even unpack.
that.
I dropped him off. I left, and you called me right away and picked you up again.
And I took my stuff to Jonathan's office. My manager dropped it off in his office. Then I had to go to Canada and be best man for Voss and Bonnie. That's the time frame. So I left my stuff in Jonathan's office while I was in Canada in a rest area taking wedding photos.
where did you go back to?
We had a new place in Los Feliz.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah, Nick was
Pass.
on an episode.
No, he was on more than one. Nick DiPaolo, 2 episodes. There you go.
Oh, 2, okay.
Oh, it was only 10
It was
episodes.
13.
Like I said, 13. No, I just remember seeing him.
wasn't there a rumor if there was season 2, who was going to play your dad?
Oh, they wanted Rickles, I think.
That's
I
right.
think they wanted Rickles to play Louis wanted Rickles to play my dad, which would have been 2007.
You know how fucking crazy that would have been?
It would have been hilarious.
You know
That'd be
that-
awesome.
You and Rickles I don't know why nobody ever pitched you and Don Rickles as a father and son sitcom.
Because, nobody wanted to see me in anything. That's why they pitched Rickles with other people as his children.
Would you ever play Rickles?
I did once, but it was brief.
No, but like in a real thing, like as Rickles. If they were going to come back and do a
Rat Pack and
yeah,
then,
a
I don't-
Rickles
I don't know.
thing, would you do it?
Maybe if I thought I could do it, I don't know. I don't know if I would do it or not. I don't know. I did it, once, but it was because,
Yeah.
Scorsese. That's stupid.
Yeah.
Am I going to say no to a fucking Martin Scorsese movie? But could I carry a whole thing as him? Maybe not. I don't know.
Rickles is my favorite.
I loved him too. I just don't
Yeah.
see any I don't see the resemblance. People say. I watch a lot of his old clips on the Tonight Show. He's so
You don't
funny.
see the resemblance between you.
mild resemblance.
Can you?
I mean, I get that people see it. It's the head shape. I don't. You know,
You could do it.
I lean more into Matt Rife. I think as to how I look.
Matt Rife, the gorgeous comedian from Los Angeles.
I never thought of that. Yeah, you're right.
You look like something to hang up Matt Rife's armpit.
I do. I look like somebody Matt would have paid a doctor to burn off.
So Yoshi, real quick.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
you got more questions for you?
Oh, no.
fucking-
Yeah, whatever you want, Yoshi.
Yoshi, you love Norton.
I love Yoshi.
I haven't seen 6 years.
I know.
I panic.
Yeah.
Remember the time panic when I was taking picture of you and Mash? What am I forgetting?
Alan Alda. Oh God, that was so
Yeah.
much fun.
No,
in the back.
there's no resemblance.
I guess there is.
Get a recent photo of him. Get a recent
Candy's
photo.
dead.
Zach, not you, not him, you. Keep that one up and get one of Norton now off his fucking Instagram. And buddy, you're that guy.
I guess.
Smile like him.
I can't on this show.
Like this. I didn't say laugh. No. Smile. No. Stop. Will you smile?
I was going to debut my new smile.
You egg. Go ahead. Let me see it. Let me see your new smile.
And action.
What's that called?
Just my new smile. I'm debuting my new smile.
Danny, look at Norton. Does he look like him or not? What?
What's he going to say? He works for
He
you.
does.
Danny would not fucking take.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
There's 6'11" autistic in the other room.
Zach, does he look like him? Why did you bring up David Tell?
Because he did the worst Instagram search. He goes, I'm not going to scroll more than 3
Can you
cubes.
please scroll down, you fucking chooch? Keep going. Faster. 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 Up. Go back up.
That's Anthony.
No, I know.
That's George Santos.
Right there. That's you, dude. You're him. You would look exact.
I hate that picture of
Are you
me.
married? Yeah, because you look like Don Rickles.
Nah.
You look like Don
I'm
Rickles.
sure. Look, I'm not saying there's no resemblance, but
It's almost a fucking twin.
I see it, but not like you do.
Am I fucking nuts, guys? Is that exactly him?
Not exactly.
Guys.
No one agrees with you.
Danny, go ahead.
In 15 years, he's gonna look just like him.
Yeah, okay.
And his lower jowl his head shape is a little different than mine.
Well, you have, okay.
Like meaning his cheekbones
Yeah.
go out further.
Okay.
He has a broader smile.
He's got a different nose.
Yeah. Nice.
Zach, no one asked you.
Well, you know. All right.
Kim Connett looks cute.
She's very cute. Yeah.
So anyways, listen, Yoshi.
Yes, sir.
What do you got? Go ahead, Bob.
I really want to know.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. So this is just picking the jury.
No, they already started testing. The jury's picked.
Is
They
this,
finished the jury yesterday.
so
Don't
this-
answer me,
So
Yoshi. It's a
today,
bad question.
I don't know. I have no
Jury
idea.
selection's done. Cassie already testified
I was
today.
told by Billy
it
Joel.
will
there's
continue
no,
tomorrow.
She began today, yes.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a bad question. Billy Joel told me that once.
That's true. Until he said, why did someone let him in here? That's a great question.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So today the trials. You went to the. It started
Yesterday
Today.
and today, yes.
Yesterday and today. So
Yeah.
they're in it
Yeah.
now. How long is this going to take? Do you think?
It's like baseball, you know. You have to go through the whole ninth inning. It could be 2 hours. It could be 7 or 8.
That's
it could
right.
be a month. Or it could be 2
The
months.
game has got to be played until it's done.
Are you? Are you staying till the end?
No, I'm leaving Thursday. Maybe I'll come back next month.
And are you going to come every day? Are you going to
To
try
that
to get
information?
into trial every day?
I'm leaving Thursday.
Stay with me. Don't.
Okay.
He's trying to
Nice.
sabotage. That's what he does.
No, I'm not. I just he said he's leaving Thursday. You got a gig?
Smirk.
You got a
Look
gig?
at me. Yoshi, look at my finger.
Yes.
Focus on me. Are you going to go to the trial every day?
But he's leaving Thursday, so he can go tomorrow.
Yes,
Shut
I'm
up.
going every day. I'm going
You're going every day.
Tomorrow he's going.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
He's
Yeah.
leaving Thursday. Are you leaving
Eh.
Thursday night or Thursday
Thursday
morning?
night.
Yeah.
So you're going Thursday too?
What airport?
I'm
Will you stop asking stupid, ridiculous
I want to
questions?
know where he's flying out of.
Why?
He's my friend.
What do you give a
Don't fly
fuck?
out of Newark. It's dangerous.
I flew in Newark. It was a little scary, but I'm JFK. I'm also going to Harvey Weinstein on Thursday, so I'm half and half.
What is that?
He's having a party.
What is?
Retrial.
He's doing a retrial.
Starting,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is he going to get off?
Probably not.
Into a plant.
He have to do something, right? Because he's got all the money. What he's going to do?
He's still in jail in L.A. too, though.
Yeah.
Well, what's his name? Kevin Smith was on Calta show talking about how he called. They were wondering about Dogma.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like fuck, Weinstein Company owns it, and it's just not around. You can't do anything with it. You can't do a sequel. You can't do anything. He got a phone call out of the blue from Harvey.
When?
During his trial?
Recently.
Wow.
And
Is that true?
yes, it's a clip on Calta's Mike Calta's website, and he could tell the story better if you want to bring it up. But he basically said he was calling. He's like, "Hey, I have this Dogma thing, and blah blah." And he's like, we should do something. He's like, "Yeah, number 2. I'd love to do part 2." He's like, "All the people are still around, and they're really viable. Like everybody in it is still people will go see." And he's like, "Absolutely," And then he hung up the phone, and then this was before. This wasn't now. It was before his trial, before he got ratted.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was trying to find out who was ratting on him, who was telling people.
Yes.
And if he didn't take the phone call, he would know.
Or if he didn't say,
if he didn't take the phone call, if he was like, "I'm not talking
that's
to you,"
clever.
he would have.
everyone would talk to Harvey back then.
Yeah, this is actually before. This is how, and then of course
the
he
weight
went
off.
away. Yeah, he looks great. Go ahead, play this. This is interesting.
I can't hear it.
You're gonna
Can't
put,
hear it. Hold
Yeah,
on.
it's not-
Even though the movie is
I
an
can't hear it,
insanely
guys.
reverent film, Dogma.
Hold on.
And so Disney was like, get rid of this movie. And so here comes the name. Harvey Weinstein bought the movie personally. So I would write periodically and be like, "Hey man, like Dogma's out of commission," and never hear back, and be like, "Hey, Dogma's coming up on 15th anniversary," never hear back and stuff. Then one day, I got after I'd left, I hadn't been at the Weinstein Company in 12 years. I got a phone call. And they're like, "Hold for Harvey Weinstein." And so I hadn't heard from this dude in 12 years. And he goes, "Kevin Harvey." And I was like, "Hey man, how are you?" And he goes, "Good." He's going, "I just realized I got Dogma, and we haven't done anything with it. And this cast is still like a marketable cast. They're all still working." He's like, "Do you think you got a sequel or maybe a streaming series in you?" I said, "Oh my God. Yeah, man. Yeah." And this was a dream phone call. Like I hadn't heard from these cats, from anybody at Weinstein Company in years. Then I hung up. 3 days later, the New York Times released an article that was, earth-shattering for those of us who came from that world who had no clue. Like all we'd ever heard about that guy, because how often do you ever hear about your
Hold on.
boss?
Can you pull? What happened with Harvey?
Proclivities at night? Like, that's
Yoshi, go. Well, so anyways, there you go. He was just. If you play it a little longer, he tells you that he was just out there trying
fishing
to
around to see who was.
fishing
Yeah.
around. He found out that he wasn't.
I went to his case in L.A.
Kevin Smith?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Why is your autism kicking in? Why?
It happens.
Why don't you just let him talk?
I apologize. Go ahead, Yosh.
He's just stop.
Go ahead.
No. It was the
Stop! Will you stop? Stop it! Will you stop? He's like a bad puppy.
No, it's more like the cat thing that they do.
Or a thick puppy.
No, do not fucking bring him in the studio.
So I went. It's the same floor with. So when you get out of the elevator, LA court, the double door. That's where the whole O.J. Simpson case happened. Well, you turn right, it's Harvey, and left was Danny Masterson.
Danny Masterson, yeah.
So there was so much rape that week at that court, and so I was going back and
During the
forth.
trials? Oh, after. I apologize. I misread it.
Yeah.
You misheard it.
Misheard it.
Stupid. Stop.
I'm fixing it.
It doesn't go up. That's an M. It's not YKWM. You know what, dude, man? Dude, me? Dude mode.
I'm not saying anything.
I got it.
Jim, so when you used to do
Whoa, whoa.
What, he wants to ask me, Jim,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
You unfocused this fucking
Okay.
asshole.
Go ahead.
So you were coming out of the elevator.
Yeah.
No, I was just going back and forth, and his.
I remember that trial. My ex went to that, and she said that she saw a lot of Harvey's trial.
Yes.
And she said would see Danny in the hallways and stuff like that. She goes, he seemed really confident at the time.
And his wife was there as well.
Yes.
I forgot her name.
She's
but,
with isn't she a Bijou Phillips?
Yes, she was there. Well, that was like wasn't it hung jury that they tried him again like a year later, and they finally got
That's
him.
right.
They got him the second time.
Yeah, second time they did.
So when they do a hung jury, they just come back and redo everything?
they can.
They
Depends
can't.
on
But it's
why
a
they have.
hassle though. So
So he's away for life.
40. I think we're
40
30 years, yes.
Now, did they take all his money on something like that?
His wife filed for divorce, and all that. Most of the assets probably went to her.
So divorce was probably smart because it'll be hard for people to get it from her because she didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She didn't know anything about it.
I have no idea. I don't think so.
It's funny how LA has fallen apart. Like, all this sexually and, all this crazy shit's going on. And there's no more. LA used to be that place where you went and you did bad things. And
Place where dreams were made. Place where dreams were realized, where people would go to make it.
But Jim, do you believe every accusation?
No.
Of Harvey?
I don't know all of them, but I've heard some that I was like, no, you could have went to the police and you didn't. And then I've heard some that I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look good. It's like person to person. I don't believe I don't believe all of them or disbelieve all of them. I've read stuff that I believed, but I've also read stuff that I was like, that seems like bullshit.
It's what I call swallower's remorse. Like after they suck his dick.
That's what he calls it too.
And got exactly what they wanted.
That's what his wife calls it.
Now, I just think some of them agreed to do it, got what they wanted, but later on feel like a whore. So they went. So I do think they're lying.
Some of them, yeah.
It can't be all those women are telling the truth. I don't believe that.
Well, the Me Too thing, once that happened.
He wasn't the only one, believe me.
Yeah, but once that happened, everybody got wiped out.
Yeah.
Everybody got wiped. The New York Times took everything.
New York Times. That's how you know Bob does not read the New York Times.
I read the New York
You called it the New York.
Yeah, I fucked up a
New
word.
York Times.
Yeah, you fuck up a word. Once in a while. Doesn't mean I don't read.
No, I know the Gray's lady. I understand.
I don't know what the crazy lady
They
is.
call the New York Times the Gray Lady.
Oh,
And-
do
and
they
all-
really?
Yeah.
What is it called?
The Gray Lady.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's a shit paper.
You don't know why
The
they call
failing
it
New York Times. No, I don't
the
like it.
Gray's lady?
They call it the Gray Lady. I was making
Gray
fun of you
Lady?
because you add an S.
I don't know what the Gray lady is. What's the Gray lady?
They just nicknamed the New York Times that.
Who did?
I don't remember. It was probably in the 1800s.
And you know that fact?
Dan, can we check that?
You're stupid.
Oh, let's see. The Gray Lady.
Why is it?
I don't know why.
We're gonna find out, stupid.
Yeah, all right. The Gray's Lady. You should keep it.
Danny, just read it.
Stop making the font the same size.
What does it say? Zach? Yeah. What does it say?
I think it's because it's got a history of printing in black and white. That's what I think.
Yep, it's the history of printing in black and white, and its traditionally serious and deliberate approach to journalism.
the Gray lady. Well, that's paper shit now because of all this stuff, correct?
No, it's just the media's all kind of gone down the toilet.
Yeah, it's so weird because it used to be such a well-respected paper,
Yes,
and now it's just nobody. I mean, who the fuck reads the paper?
I do.
You do? What do
Every
you-
day I pour through the Times. I do the crossword puzzle in ink.
Fucking kids.
And today, what's his name in France got conviction for sexual assault? Jeff Depardieu. What's that?
Gerard Depardieu?
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
whacked.
Isn't
today,
he?
too.
Isn't I had no idea.
He
Isn't
got
he in
trouble-
Russia?
He also got
moved
in
to-
trouble. He was accused of rape 30 years ago too. This is a consistent behavior.
Wait, did he go to Russia?
I don't know.
I thought he was in Russia.
Say Russia again.
I did say it too many times. You hear about the whole Ukraine thing?
I just farted and it went up the side of my leg, up into the front of my pants, and just popped out into my belly button. Oh, it felt so good.
Wrapped around your dick?
Yeah, wrapped around my balls and my dick. Yeah, a lot of people are getting fired. I mean, you can't do this shit anymore. You can't, you know what I mean? Back in the day, Hollywood people did a lot of bad shit. Now it's not happening.
No, but
I mean, think about rock bands.
Yeah.
Think about all the stories you heard from, Led Zeppelin and Van Halen.
Dude,
can't-
you ever hear
can't do that
Stairway to
shit.
Heaven?
You can't do that shit anymore. It's a good song, right? You can't do that shit anymore.
But why do they give exception if it depends on the profession? Like every time I say Led Zeppelin had sex with underage girl, David Bowie, but everyone always say, well, they're rock star. So they do make exception.
Well,
You can't rape kids if you're
Red
plump.
Hot Chili Pepper lead singer. He fucking dated an underage girl. And now he's married to her, I think.
Did he meet her when she was underage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Doesn't make it legal unless they,
That guy had good abs, though, under the bridge. Anthony Kiedis. He was at the Cellar one night years ago. I was like, hey, can I get a picture? I don't even like the band. I hate that song, Californication. Fucking awful.
All right, well, listen, man.
Come on, Bob. Let's just wing it from the heart.
Come on, get out of here. I just want to give credit. Jim Norton can't save you. His podcast. I've called in 3 times.
I did not know that.
3 times I've called in and been left on fucking hold by his stupid producer.
That makes me so happy. I didn't know it, but I commend him for doing it.
He's just an asshole. Who is it?
It's a homeless pimp.
Fucking you.
But he probably didn't see it was you because
You
there's.
fucking sissy dressed asshole. Pick up the phone.
Listen, we have an app that we use and it goes into a machine. Like you don't see who's calling. You
I
just
stopped
get a bunch
listening.
of phone calls. I was talking to Yoshi. Good. You don't need to listen. You need to read your paper.
Yeah, stop touching my paper.
When is this coming out? This app?
I think it's coming out soon. Don't Sunday.
Oh, okay, this week.
Yeah. So you got any gigs you want to plug?
Oh, no. Yeah, I got a bunch of gigs.
Are you not on Punch Up Live yet?
Not yet. No, I've been busy.
What's wrong with you?
I know.
What are you? This is like the fucking 90s.
Well, this is just for ticket links.
Now, let me ask you a question. If you go on Punch Up Live,
Stop saying live.
if you go on Punch Up Live,
Yeah.
buddy, all these people that go to your website you'll get their email and you'll
I
be able to
know, I
send
just-
them a fucking email.
I've been I haven't had much stand up to put on it, but I shot something that is coming out
Put an old special up there.
June the 9th.
Put your old stuff up there,
Where?
uncensored.
YouTube.
You can put it up uncensored up there. You won't get whacked like YouTube. And you'll get all the emails of your people. And then when you send them here to buy tickets, they'll buy them right from Punch Up. And you'll be say, oh, I sold this many men, this many women. This is where I'm selling more tickets. You have I go into my fucking analytics. It's like, holy shit, this is insane.
I'm going to be in Ridgefield, Connecticut, the 30th, Kingston, New York.
Ridgefield, Connecticut at the Playhouse?
Yes.
Do you want me to come up and say hi? It's 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah, there's tickets available.
Why don't you come over?
That's funny.
I don't like you jerking him off.
He's my friend. You don't know what friendship looks
he
like.
Really, Yoshi loves you.
I love Yoshi.
He loves you like baby Godzilla loves regular Godzilla.
And a bunch of gigs. And me and Florentine are going to England for Sabbath's last show.
Why? It's fucking.
Yeah, we got
what do you-
crumpets. It's
what
a
do you got?
problem.
When is that?
Small sandwiches.
June 28th, July 2nd, July 3rd. But
Why?
Sabbath
For
is
what?
Sabbath doing one more show with the 4 original members.
But not Ozzy.
Yeah, well, Ozzy would be one of the 4 original members.
Yeah, but is he? But he's sick as shit.
But his voice is still good. He's had problems walking, but I'm sure he's getting ready. And he'll do what he can. But I don't care. It's gonna be Bill Geezer, Tony, Ozzy. So
Were you invited from the family? They know
there-
you're coming.
yeah. I mean, there's no the tickets everyone's paying for because it's for charity. So like you have to, but there's a special friends and family section that we got tickets in, and I would love to see them if they're doing a meet and greet or something.
I hope he passes before you go.
No, that's terrible.
That'd be great. If you're like, "Yeah," and then that day you're going, Ozzy Osbourne passed, and it's just the 3 of them.
That'd be really heartbreaking. I'd still go.
That made me so happy. You stupid dummies on the plane and you land. Ozzy's not going to be here. Why? He's dead.
That would make me very unhappy.
Yeah.
But you know what would make me happy? If I came to do YKWD. I can't. I fucked it up. YKWD.
That's because you messed up the.
I know.
You
know.
left
What?
Uh-huh.
Can I reset my joke? We can edit this in post.
Yeah, sure. Good.
You know what would make me really happy?
What?
If I came to do YKWD and they said Bob died. Fix that, Dan.
Yoshi, what do you got?
I think I have 3 weekends. Russell Peters.
I don't like the way you're holding your hands.
Oh, right.
Nobody does. Hey, fucking.
Yeah. Ooh. That's like a fucking kid when they get a new doll for Christmas. Ooh.
I don't know the dates. Next month in Nashville with Russell Peters, and I think July, Raleigh, North Carolina, and Dallas.
Does he take care of you?
Yeah, like you guys.
Is
yeah,
he generous with the?
extremely so. Like
Oh, really?
And so was Jim and David Tell. Yeah,
Jim was generous.
extremely. Yeah.
Not to me.
I've never gotten. I
Gave
still
me-
talk to you. That's your
gave-
generosity.
Me and Keith got 400 each.
500. But I had also just gotten fired from radio. had
Just
no more
sold out theater.
So I'm opening for him, and I'm hoping,
$50,000.
That wasn't.
Yeah, it was. You made 50 grand.
You're crazy.
I'm lying. Yes, I am.
You're mistaken by a
I'm
lot.
lying,
It's 100.
intentionally lying. Well, you made 100. You fucking asshole. How much did you make that night?
I don't remember, but way less than that. Was nowhere near.
It was the theater in Boston, sold out.
It was the Orpheum, and it wasn't sold out.
It was
close.
100% sold out.
It was close to. I'm
All right.
I wish it was.
How much did you make?
I don't remember.
You made thousands.
Yeah, but I still had expenses.
What?
The hotels, the travel.
Hotel was $200 a night.
2, 4,
We
6,
drove.
it adds up.
We fucking drove.
I know, but gas, man.
Dude, I drove my car.
Did you?
Yes.
That was dumb of you.
You're a fucking cheapskate. You fucking nickel chaser.
Well, look, the bottom line was I had just lost my radio gig, so I was being a bit frugal.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you very
Sorry.
much.
Do you see what Opie put up again of the black lady statue?
Oh, it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
It represents the end of. This was the end of
The Opie and Anthony show,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is the monument to end the Opie and Anthony show.
Yeah.
If Anthony doesn't go down there and take a picture
That's funny. Yeah.
next to that, if him
a
take
picture, take a picture of me, yeah.
Oh, he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, and even if he does.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
Are you? Rumors say that you're going to be doing a radio show with him.
No, I'm doing his show when he's up again. Me and Voss are doing it on the 29th, I think, but he's not in town that much. He does it like he comes up once a month to do his
Would
show.
you do a radio show?
Wait. He doesn't live in New York City?
No.
No, he's down south now. So he'll do like I did the
Oh.
first one he did in the city, and he's coming up again. I'm doing that one as well.
Now, if they offered you something,
I mean, it would have to be how many days a week? What is expected of
Just
me?
the
Money.
Sunday.
Sunday would probably.
Sunday night, you and Anthony, 200,000.
I mean, that'd be pretty hard to say no to. Sure.
$110, $150.
And he's syndicated.
150 an app.
I mean, 200,000. You can't start with 200,000.
I'm taking
And
it
then go to
back.
150
I'm taking
an
it back. So you would do that.
Maybe.
And now I heard a rumor that he's going to try to have Opie on, and Opie might go on.
Are you joking?
I have not heard that.
Well, he said it.
Are you reading Twitter?
No, he said it. He said it, and Opie said something back to him, basically saying, "He's all your problem." ABC smiley face. He put it. Opie put a smiley face, so he's joking that maybe he. In my brain, I was like, maybe he would go on the show with him. Would you go on a show with you, Opie, and Anthony?
I mean, you might as well ask me, like, listen, if the captain of the fucking 747 was tired, would you fly the plane? Like, that's the same level of possibility.
What if he opened the door and says, "Hey, Jim, take over for a couple minutes. It's pretty easy on autopilot."
I'd probably do it. I'd probably do it.
If they offered you $3 million, would you do it? Sunday night, just $3 million.
I mean, I would. There's nothing I wouldn't do for $3 million. I'd do this show again for $3 million.
All right, Yoshi, and go to punchup.live/.
Hold on, Yoshi wants to finish.
Just those 3 shows, and I'm hoping my friend Andrew Manning will host the show. And I'm doing Fringe in Edinburgh this coming August.
Oh, good.
Adult Content's the name of the show. And then I'll be back in New York for Luigi's case. I think Mangini.
Mangione.
Yeah,
Do you want him to get off?
I mean, I want to check it out, but
Insurance won't cover my MRI. I want him to get off. They won't cover my fucking MRIs.
Why?
They suck, dude. They're the worst.
He would
Insurance people.
SAG? He would SAG?
No.
You can use your podcast money for SAG to get SAG insurance, and it's good.
before you finish, I just wanted to hear your opinion. What do you think about that guy?
I mean, he's a murderer.
Yeah,
but it's I hate people in insurance so much. I just don't care.
Yeah, look,
I just don't care.
Fuck that. He murdered somebody. He's a piece of shit.
I stayed at the youth hostel he stayed the day before he murdered that guy, and they won't tell you which room and which bunk.
Is that where you want to stay? You want to lie where he lied?
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that, but yeah, they won't tell you. I went.
Did you ask?
Yeah, they said no.
Why would you ask that?
I'm just curious.
Do what I do. You take $3-4 out. You slip it to the guy.
$4.
Do what he does. You take your penis out. You wiggle it at him. You say sucky
Yeah,
sucky.
you fucking helicopter it.
Yeah. Punchup.live/Robert Kelly on my dates. I'm only working. Stop it. I'm only working a couple shows. I got Parks Casino on the 22nd, and then Dojo Comedy on the 6th and 7th in Morris Plains, New Jersey. And then I'm going to be doing the Empire Comedy Club in Portland the 24th, the 25th, and 26th. And that's it for the summer. I'm done. I take the summer off. So if you want
Bobby, no, West Coast, we miss you there.
I was just in San Diego.
Portland.
No, Portland,
Oh,
Maine.
Portland, Maine.
Portland,
Oh.
Maine.
Portland, Oregon, for that matter.
But go to punchup.live/Robert Kelly for all my dates. You can buy tickets right there on the site, and you can see my special live from the Village Underground for free and a bunch of uncensored videos that they wouldn't let me put up on Instagram and all that stuff. So go there. And Danny, you guys, what do you have?
Follow me on Instagram at Danny Braff, and I'm headlining the Port Comedy Club in Baltimore, Maryland, May 25th. Come on.
Go see him at the Port. It's an awesome club, and Danny's very funny. What do you got, Joe?
Besides charisma.
Yeah. YouTube Cheese Show. Just type in the Cheese Show. Yeah.
Why don't you have Norton on the Cheese Show?
I can't.
Why? You don't know what the date is.
Oh, that's right. I apologize. Maybe I can actually. When do you tape?
Whenever you're ready, come down to Bay Ridge.
Brooklyn?
Yeah.
That ain't happening.
All right, cool. Zach, what do you got?
Just follow me on Instagram at Zachary Unlimited. That'd be real swell. Thanks, gang.
Oh, nice and sweet.
Yeah, he's getting better. What's your name again?
Yoshi.
No, Zach?
Oh.
Yes.
All right, listen, we're going to go to Patreon real quick. We're going to do questions for these guys. So if you want to ask questions to the guests on the show, go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly.
Can I pee real quick?
Yeah, please. And you can ask your questions, and they will be answered live on the show. Also, when you're at Patreon, you're supporting the show, and you're helping us out, and you're also getting a free episode every week, and you get this episode before anybody else live. You get it live. So that's it. You get a bunch of stuff, only for a price of a cup of coffee. So go to patreon.com/Robert Kelly and become a member. And we'll see you guys next week on You Know What, Dude?